Hello, there's always been one thing that's bugged me about the evolution debate, all that kind of stuff. And that was, the whole species and kinds can't produce whatever. You know what I'm talking about. So, what I'm going to do here is I'm going to find our little friends. They all started as the same exact thing. It's basically that right there. All of them are omnivores. They all started as close to average as you're going to get. So now we got some people going in probably for cooling. I don't know, we're up to 13 species. This is 10 times speed, so it's just speeding. So, of course, things are happening faster than you might think. Or faster than they normally would. This is just normal speed right here. So we're going to switch back to that. As you can see, right down here, you can see things keep changing. Population's going up. That's going up. Now, keep in mind, this game does have hard limits in it. So it's not like this is a perfect representation. But, it'll get the general point across, I think. So we're just going to leave it running. See, savanna. Gaiads. Now, the plants obviously aren't going to change because in this game they're just food sources. But in reality, those are the best examples of real life changing. Come on. Okay, so there we go. Content, water. Are you going to be able to do while you grew up? Okay, fat off of the seawater. Got some people here over here now. Oh, did you see that? Little arms on that one. It all started as the same exact thing. Let's see. You're getting a abomination of a head, I think. Keep in mind, I haven't touched anything. Sometimes it will fail on you if you do things. You just have to tweak the settings until it's actually got to the point where they can sustain themselves long enough to start growing. Now, again, that's because this game has limits. As you can see, these guys are already starting to get little arms on them. And change, there's now 11 species again, down to 800, which is fine. See, little arms, little stubs. To me, some of these people are omnivores. Hey, look at that. Some of them developed little fins. This is how it works, little by little. This is exactly how speciation works. Start little by little until they no longer the same species, and then they just switch over. And then they just keep going. Because ultimately what really happens, and as you can see over here, these creatures, which keep in mind they started as the same exact creatures as the other ones, started to adapt to their environment. They grew legs. Some of them are starting to get camouflage on them. I don't know if that actually does anything in this game, but whatever. It works. Having a lot of offspring, all that kind of stuff. Nothing too fancy there. Saves. As you can see, there's some creatures in here who are living. Well, I thought they were water breathing, but apparently not. Oh, no matter. Got this 6-legged creature who has some good lung capacity. Never mind. And see over here. They're now just starting their water trenching. Now let's head back to where I think the most successful water people were. I think it's you guys. Yeah. As you can see, this guy actually has... Okay, I'm kind of surprised that they haven't adjusted the temperature yet. And look, that's called the dry season. Now let's pause and let's look at the differences here. So this guy right here, see, lots of legs, different shaped mouth than what the original species had. Right here, completely different. Let's see if I can find one that looks close enough to the original. I might not be able to, because they might have fully gone extinct by this point. Yeah, probably. But, either case, that is just kind of quick rundown version of how this actually works. Oh, here we go. This guy. See? Mouth. We'll just go with this. Mouth, body, and he's a herbivore. Every single one of them started as an omnivore. Like this guy right over here. He's winded. You know, so as you can see, all these creatures have that. Now let's move on over this way. As you can see, some of them have even started changing their mouths. In this case, it doesn't do much. Oh, what's this? Nope. Still just an omnivore. Omnivore, 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 omnivore. Trying to see if a carnivore's been made yet. Let's see. Nope. Nope. Oh well. You guys get the idea here. Now keep in mind, none of these creatures just randomly splotted out. None of these creatures just created another creature. The big problem with us as people is we like to think, or the way we see the world, we see everything as set in stone, as already made. So when we see a squirrel, even if we know better, we don't think that, or we like to think that squirrel had always been around. We like to see, you know, we like to always think tigers, lions, cheetahs, you know, all these creatures had always been around because that's what we ever grew up with. That's all we've ever known. And most of the time, humans, they don't like change all that much because of that. So, we don't like to think that these small little changes can really have such a big impact. So, what else am I going to bring up on that front? It's just, like, basically asking to say, at what point, you know, does evolution, or at what point does a new species occur? Well, at what point does a drop of water become a lake or an ocean? You know, or a cup. You know, at what point does it stop being a puddle and become a lake? At what point does a drop of water stop being drops of water and become a river? See, that's the same problem with speciation, with identifying species, is because, well, how do you do that? How do you identify at what point does it, you know, species 1 become species 2? Because the blend is so slow. And for those of you that say, oh, hey, look, you know, dog only ever produces dogs, show me a dog that produces a crow. Guess what? That's not how it works. Did a single one of these species ever create another one? Realistically speaking, no. Over time, they just morphed into it. it's never a one-on-one, or it's never a one-on-one thing. You know, it's never just a, oh, hey, look, one generation is this and the next generation is that. So, and it's kind of hard to tell here. I can't even tell half the time, but I would like to wager to say that some of these creatures who are going extinct have their offspring as another species, and they live at the same time, in the same time frame. So, just wanted to bring that up. And I know some of you are going to say, oh, hey, look, this is a simulation. Who cares, right? Well, what do you say about the flies where they actually do this on a admittedly much smaller scale than what a video game can provide? If you want to know what this game is, you can get it yourself on Steam. It's called Species, or right here, Species Artificial Life Real Evolution. It's not real evolution, but it's close enough to get the point across. My computer, as powerful it is, doesn't really have the capacity to perform a 100% accurate resolution to, evolution, and especially doesn't have the capacity to, do anything realistic. So as you can see, let's see. I'm just buying time waiting for these creatures to start becoming actual sea dwelling, like full-on sea dwellers, because that way, there we go. Now, before you say, oh, they've never changed their kind, identify what that is before you even say it. Give me a definition where I can pin down and say, hey, look, that fits a kind, or hey, look, that doesn't fit a kind. Something where I look at, say, this fish, and I'll know what kind it belongs to no matter what. No room for interpretation. Not that anybody will watch this, but if you do, then maybe you'll enjoy this. If so, I will probably do actual, talk more about, things with evolution, all that kind of stuff. Now, I'm no expert in evolution or any of that super science stuff. I don't have a degree of any kind. I just have a pretty good interest in it. But if so, I'll talk about it more, and yeah, we'll just see what happens. Come on. Hurry it up, little fishies. And if you ask, yes, this will be my background. My background talking. I won't really do much otherwise, if that makes sense. Well, I'll talk about things, and if I ever get around to it, I may do an occasional edit or two, putting on or all that stuff. But most of the time, I'll just post in the link in the description below. Do as close to word by word as I possibly can on somebody else's article, and then, or somebody else's debate, and then actually talk about it. If I actually talk about it, I probably will just do more generalized stuff like this. So, anyway, hope you guys enjoyed this. Let's see. And just waiting for the little fishies to do their thing. And would you look at that? The ocean is full of life. When every single one of them started on land as the same freaking thing. And if you want me to go in details as to how this is possible, I can do that. It's not that hard. Now, did I speed this up a lot? Yes. You can see, okay, it does not happen this fast at all. Alright. Just so everyone's clear, it doesn't happen in one day. this may be closer to 1 millennia. Even so, still, or one, or consider this like every day is like 1,000,000 years or something. Because like I said, this is a lot faster than it is in real life. A lot more restricted. Because this game can't really do the individual parts to the level that real evolution can. If you want me to go into details on that, I will as well. But otherwise, I'm gonna go ahead and let this go. Let's find a good backdrop. Because I'm gonna let this run for a little while. And then just cut off when I think it's enough. I think this will work. Well, I need some background music, I guess, huh? Don't I? Just ignore that. Let's see. Royalty-free background music. 2-hour synthwave. Here we go. Chill. Yeah, chill. Here we go. Let's see, is it working? Come on. Yeah, I don't care. Here we go. There we go. Royalty-free, non-copyright music. As you can see, even the lakes get their own small little critters. And over here we got these creatures. Now, for those of you wondering why this area over here is not populated, it's because there's no food over here. Now we're back down to just 3 species. Because this game's standard settings are way too hot. Like I said, this ain't a perfect simulation. Far from it, but you guys get the idea. It's kind of curious that I haven't signed a single straight up full-on carnivore yet. But that's okay. New life fertility and water fertility will be increased. And so now we're spreading more creatures everywhere. These creatures, now that they have basically full on, basically gonna forever stay full. Because before, the game itself was controlling the population. Now I'm taking over. There we go. See? Everyone survives. Association's now occurring. However, it should still... Oh, that's not what I wanted. Climate control, build a fence. No. There's no point in doing fences. But basically, okay. Yeah. That would increase the shut the copyright music up. Okay, why is my computer freezing? Yeah, okay, even at this scale, the computer's still not doing all that well. Okay. Pause. Okay, at least go to 1 speed. Damn. Thank you. Now let's take a look at these creatures, shall we? Over here is a bunch of herbivores. I'm really surprised I don't see a lot of carnivores. This is just perfect season for carnivores. Okay. Okay, so let's reduce the fertility back down. Oh, but yeah, you guys get the idea. Anyway, so I won't be taking you up anymore. If you guys enjoyed this, if you did, like, comment below. And, yeah, tell me what videos you want to see me talking about. Or what general trends. I'll do my best. See ya.